Oh, there you go. Is that better? I didn't have the microphone on. What up, Know It All Nation? How you doing, Terrell? Can you hear me now? Yeah, there we go. All right, Terrell Davis, what's up, my man? Arthur Pryor, what up? TJ Fritz in the house. Nathan Norman, what up? Sam, Milk and Cookies Man. Nathan Norman, Nerdy Gamer. Dakota Jennings is back. All right, what's going on? Cody Omega. Hey, all. And Joe White, happy Rusev Day unto you. And 14-year-old Smark, welcome back. Been a while. And happy birthday since you are now the 14-year-old Smark. All right, so. Yes, C122. I'm so excited. Vinsanity. The Thrash Panda. Well, glad I'm here now. Did you see Michael Jackson Moonwalk DDT? No, but I am totally down with whatever that is. Alright, so, okay, on the live stream today, might be a little bit of a short one. I might not go as long as I normally do. However, definitely want to get this done. I'm going to be doing Extreme Rules predictions for this pay-per-view. I find it amazing that it's been a while. You know, they're spacing the pay-per-views out, which is what I want, but they're still not hyping them up, and they're still not giving me anything I really care about, which I just find very odd. Thoughts on Ring of Honor / New Japan and MSG? Personally, I would love it if they went to Madison Square Garden, because I would love to see a New Japan show, and let's just say, I would love to see a New Japan show in Madison Square Garden. And if they happen to have Ring of Honor, and if it happens to be all in two, I would, of course, love to do that. And really hope that I can get tickets and they don't sell out within like 2 minutes. But at the same hand, WWE, it is their house. I understand that. I personally, I did a video about this. I want WWE, I want Madison Square Garden to be built better. I want them to rebuild it and build a new, bigger, better one. And therefore WWE can justify using it again. You know, in my ideal world, that's what would happen. Dolph for TNA. There you go. Do I like anime? No, I'll be honest. I am not an anime fan. Elmer on the Monday Night Wrong has definitely tried to get me into it. Just not going to happen. Like the old Teen Titans show I liked. The original Voltron series I watched as a kid. But outside of that, really, not much. Last Raw was the lowest watched Raw in history. Well, not surprised. Harry Flynn, hey, what's up? And happy birthday to you. Paul Heyman is trying to get WWE to sign Murray Scurll. I bet they are. Why? I'm actually surprised it's taken them so long to. I mean, unless he's always been on their radar and they just haven't been talking about it. But I kind of thought he would have been the next to go. But I thought he would have been on their radar, or he would have been signed way before Adam Cole. Really, I actually didn't think they'd have any interest in Adam Cole. I'm kind of surprised that they do. Pleasantly surprised. Did you see Brock at SummerSlam? This you see Brock at SummerSlam. I saw him at a live SummerSlam years ago. Ain't gonna happen until at least a Michael Jackson impersonator doing a moonwalk DDT to Drake impersonator. That's what happened. Oh, okay. Well, cool. They confirmed the WrestleMania weekend show yesterday. What are we talking about? Confirmed the WrestleMania weekend show yesterday. Oh, so they are getting. But is Vince going to block it again? You know, that's the thing. Yeah, they can confirm it all they want to, but, you know, last time they confirmed it and it went away. Hey, Aaron K. Do you Paul Heyman wrote the Lashley? Well, then, if that's so, then Paulie's not as. Paulie's losing his touch slightly. You know, A for effort, but, you know, not, you know, but I guess even Paul Heyman can't save everything. Dave, what are your thoughts on Asuka going from unstoppable to being defeated? To being nothing. I predicted it. It didn't have to be that way, but it was the same thing with Goldberg. After Goldberg's streak ended, they really had a hard time finding footing for Goldberg, and Asuka is more like Goldberg's career was defined by the streak. There's no doubt about it, but Asuka's wasn't. It's just they don't know what to do. Locking her in a match with Carmella, locking her into a program with Carmella, and coming out losing, that's not helping her whatsoever. You know, what would have been good is if Asuka eventually got a match with Charlotte and then just beat her. What are your thoughts on Asuka? Oh, okay, thank you. You seem like everyone is an anime fan, and you aren't. You aren't. It seems like everyone is an anime fan. And if you aren't, you're an outcast. Yeah, no, Cal, I get it. Yeah, I would like, you know, what is it? Crunchyroll and all these things that you can subscribe to. People making it a big deal. I just, I just never got into it. It's a lot of like what anime is about. I've never gotten into. Excuse me for a second. Okay. I still never really got into. I just can't get into most of it, and like, there's some ideas that I like in anime, but then, from the anime I have experienced, but then when I check it out, I was like, oh, but then, it's, everything's so morbid, and it's always about who's got more powers and who loves to fight more, and it's like, okay, great. Thanks to Dave, got to watch the history, and it was good. Thank you, Joe White. Brock at SummerSlam this year. Oh, am I going to see Brock at SummerSlam this year, or do I think? I think he will be at SummerSlam. I don't care really, but yeah, because I'm like so done with it about it. Teen Titans Go is getting a movie, and the real Teen Titans got nothing. Well, they had that direct-to-DVD movie. All right, Harry Flynn liked Yu-Gi-Oh. That's cool. And if you like anime, that's awesome. Like, I know a lot of people who like anime, and that's cool. I got a lot of friends who do. Just not my thing. I haven't seen this week and the last week's Raw SmackDown. What happened so far? A lot of nothing. SmackDown was slightly better. Favorite Brock Lesnar match? Kurt Angle, SmackDown, Iron Man match. Did you look at Impact last night? It was crazy. No, I did not. I saw Brock Lesnar Triple H at SummerSlam 2012. Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam this year. Dave, I'll be back. Okay, Thrash Panda. Have you been watching Impact Wrestling? No, I'm still gun shy when it comes to getting into Impact. Like, every once in a while, because I like Austin Aries, and I'll check out like Austin Aries matches, especially with everything going on with him and Pentagon Jr. But as for committing to the whole Impact show, that's a rough call. I'm still gun shy on it. Promotional material released by both Ring of Honor and MSG. All right, I mean, I'm not saying it definitely won't happen. I'm just now, after the last time, I'm like, okay, I'll reserve judgment. What do you think of New Japan and Ring Security? Oh, right. So we're talking about that. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think MSG, and furthermore, with Vince McMahon, if you're not going to utilize MSG properly, then fine. Why not let somebody else do it? Okay, I mean, yes, is it their house? Absolutely. But what do you want? Someone else should go in there. And would I love to see New Japan or Ring of Honor all into anything in Madison Square Garden? Of course I would. First of all, because I do like going to the Garden, and I went to a WWE house show last year. I didn't go to this past one in the Garden. I always love the Garden as a New Yorker, so I'm gonna have to always be biased there. And I do have some sentimentality for tradition with the WWE and the house that Bruno built or McMahon built, whatever you want to say. It's just, if they're not going to do something, I'm not too strong either way, because part of me understands the tradition, but at the same hand, I really would love it if it was all in too. But nonetheless, a couple of years ago, the idea of being able to see a New Japan show, it was like mind blowing, because I went to Field of Honor when Ring of Honor was was in Brooklyn, and I saw that because we got to see some New Japan wrestlers. So for me, I would really like it if there was an all New Japan show in New York. That would be great for me, just because the idea of seeing a 100% New Japan show in New York would just be great. Meaning I don't have to go to Japan to watch it, because that's a long ride. And if Ring of Honor is with them too, I'm not going to complain, which is the case. But I'm just saying, I'm of two minds of it. Asuka at least should pass out to the figure eight. I wouldn't mind that ending. Thoughts on Lesnar at the UFC fight? I don't care about Lesnar anymore. There was a time where I really liked Brock Lesnar, I'm not going to lie, but now I so don't care about him. I don't care about what he does. I don't care about where he does it. I could not be more burnt out on this guy. He's not around enough, and yet somehow I'm burnt out on him. Dave, trust me, you won't be sorry for looking at Impact. All right. The thing is, I'll check out specific matches, but you guys know there's a ton of wrestling to watch every week, so I get a little more selective about things. Like G1, as great as G1 is, it took a lot of time. Watching all of G1 it wasn't easy. I mostly I mostly glazed over Raw and SmackDown this week too because of it. Just trying to catch up with everything. So yeah, Brock. I don't care about Brock. I don't care about what he does. I think WWE has pumped him up so much. I think the whole UFC thing. I think he was cleared to go. Vince McMahon and the whole. I do think this is all. Like I said on Monday. I think this is all work. Will All In live in the hype? Hopefully it does, but I believe it will. I believe it's one of those things that's so. Hey, happy Friday to you, IR Monkey and Mark Strike. Hey, in case I haven't said anything, do you think WWE would sign Eddie Edwards? It's kind of overdue. At this point, yeah, I kind of think they will. I don't know if they have room for him, but yeah. Favorite non-WrestleMania pay-per-view in the last decade? Mine's Takeover New Orleans. That's not a bad one. For me, WrestleMania is not even my favorite pay-per-view. I'm a big Royal Rumble kind of guy. But in the last decade, it's a little rough. This past Royal Rumble was good. I really liked it. The Survivor Series before that, I really liked. Your thoughts on Tama Tonga and the G1? Yeah, fine. Tama Tonga's, put in his time. Why not? Why not give him, some focus or some attention? Yo, what up, Double A? My man with the banners. Great graphic designs by Double A. Check them out. I'd rather have Brock than Roman. Yeah, I'd rather neither, but fine. I never thought Brock should have came back when they brought him back, years ago. If you want to, take your ball and go home, go. Fine, stay out. So what's your opinion about 205 Live? Yeah, it's improving, but still, it's dead on rev. They done ruined it. They can't fix it, so what are they going to do? Aaron K says Asuka should quit WWE. No, I don't think so. She will rebound, I think. She's more than the streak, and she needs time to prove it. And they're giving her money. I'm sure they're paying her more than anyone would have expected. Anyone would expect it. Albert can get these hands, says Harry Flynn. Nice. So WWE can give them more money than they realize. Brock Lesnar isn't acting. At least Hulk Hogan still wrestled when he did promos. You would see him TV every week. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree more. Triple RP. What are your thoughts on Caitlyn coming back to WWE for the Man Classic? I think it's cool. Kind of like, I can't believe she was in the Straight Edge Society, but I forgot she was using a real name in the Mae Young. But I was glad that when she came back, she had hair, and I didn't recognize her until I said, "Well, what's her what?" I don't remember her real name, but she came back, so that's cool. Like, I don't know if this is a bigger deal or not. Now, I'm not the biggest Caitlyn. I don't dislike Caitlyn. I just, I'm not. It's just, I don't care. But good. I'm glad if they bring over other talent to come in. Dave, going to a wrestling event in the Bronx today. Nice. The Boogie Down, my old stomping grounds. All right, Money in the Bank's a good one. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Like, Mania isn't my favorite pay-per-view, and there's, like, a lot of other things. Hey, Andre, Corbio. Yeah, guys, you can check out, in case you missed the show on MESN, radio.com on Monday. It is getting reposted later today. Serena Deeb, there you go. That's her real name. All right, yeah, I forgot. Serena Deeb. I totally forgot what the real name is. So, like, she's not bad. I'm not. When I say I'm not a fan, I'm not trying to be polite and saying that I really don't. I'm trying to pat it or anything. I really just. I have no dislike to her whatsoever. I think she's fine, but I'm not like, yay. I don't really think about it. But she was also part of an era of WWE that I just didn't care for as a whole. It was like, because around the mid 2000s and so on was like a low point for me. I didn't really care about the WWE product. TNA was putting out mostly better stuff at that time. So WWE as a whole had a really hard time winning me over, getting me excited for anybody in the company. And it wasn't until CM Punk and the Pipe Bomb that I really started caring. I think it was around 2008 or so, though, when Jericho came back. I got, like, really excited for a hot minute because I'm like, oh, Jericho's going to save us, Y2J. And then it just didn't, and I'm like, oh, forget it. So it was like a rough go where I just had peaks and valleys of interest, but I couldn't sustain that interest. I like Caitlyn for her strength and her looks. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. The fact that she's a powerhouse is really good, but I feel that way about Dana Brooke too. And I know Dana Brooke really can't wrestle, but I like that she's a different body type or has a different build and is capable of doing things that the other girls can't. you're not going to see Sasha Banks, picking people up like Dana Brooke can or Caitlyn can. So I think that's cool too. I mean, two big female superstars. I would love. I know we kind of got one of them, but I would have loved to have a bigger impact, no pun intended, that the WWE was Awesome Kong, because I think Awesome Kong is one of the best gimmicks, perfectly packaged wrestlers ever. I mean, everything. The song, the name, the attitude, everything. Not Karma, Awesome Kong was great. And I know she was there, but not, I mean like a good run, which probably will never happen. And also, ODB, I would really like to have I think ODB could have been used well. All right, I'm hearing enough good things about Impact that, yeah, I think maybe it's time to start giving them more of a show. Royal Rumble is my favorite, yeah, and same here, King of the Ring is gone, 2005. Okay, yeah, so you guys, personally, Cody Omega, personally, I'd say 2005. So you guys kind of it seems like you guys know what I'm talking about. Yes, Andre, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Favorite SummerSlam match is mine is Brett versus Mr. Perfect. But that is not a bad answer either. I would like to see Dana Brooke develop further. I know that she's a little sloppy, and they've had issues with her, but yeah. Dave, you hear WWE might bring back? Yes, I did. I did hear that. It's interesting because What Culture's website, they reported this a while back, that WWE technically actually doesn't own the rights to Halloween Havoc as much as people think, and they were struggling in court for a while to get the rights copyrighted back, and it was some weird deal that no one understood, and the details of it weren't let out, but maybe they actually secured it this time. Brock Lesnar's spoiled brat, yeah. But here's the other thing. I think I look tired. I've been sick this week. I got sick like last week. Saturday I woke up and I felt terrible, but then Monday I felt fine. For a change, I actually wasn't working on Sunday. I'm always up to something, always doing work, and then Monday, I actually felt like a lot better. I was like 95%. And then I slowly been slipping back down. And I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm also staying up playing that stupid Harry Potter game on my phone. And, yeah, so now I'm feeling a little weary. But yeah. So if I sound congested, that's why. Dave, what's up with the New Japan Wrestle? Why do they seem like they're talking to someone outside the ring? Probably because they are. They're probably talking about 47, numbered photographers hanging outside the ring. Where's the steps on Albert? Albert's a Monday treat. Did Vince Russo ruin the Knockouts division when I started watching TNA in 2008? They were the most compelling. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Vince Russo ruins everything, but I don't know if you could put the blame solely on him. Do you like undefeated streaks for a wrestler? I do if done right. The problem is they very seldomly are. I take that back. I'm sorry, yeah, the chicken pox. I got that out of the way when I was like 7. Dave's tired for taking care of Alexa. Oh man, yeah, Josh, are you kidding me? I'd be grinning ear to ear. Russo, because the problem is, how do you do them right? How do you end them correctly? And how do you move forward with their career after that? Like, Kurt Angle's a great example of how a streak can be done effectively. Because Kurt Angle had a streak when he came out, and nobody really talks about it anymore because he's gone. Because Kurt Angle has gone so far beyond that initial streak. Like, it wasn't what his whole career was built around. That people kind of forget that he was undefeated for a period of time. Because he has been defined by so much more than that. Brock, sadly, same thing. Brock was his undefeated streak. See, the problem is Brock's streak ended really dumbly. Maybe not really, but it didn't end correctly. But Brock had a streak, and that was good. It was good up until the end. And I was going to say, same thing with Rusev. Rusev's streak was mostly handled well. It ended poorly, and then he's never done anything later on. But Brock and Kurt Angle are two guys who had an undefeated streak, and then they survived beyond it. They made their careers more than just that. Kurt Angle's my best example of it, though, because, Brock Lesnar losing to the Big Show, okay, I understand it, but at the same time, it's logical because he's the Big Show, but still, they could have done something better than that. And the Paulie thing, they could have done better than that. Kurt Angle, him officially 100% losing it to The Rock, I thought was stupid. The Rock, on Monday Night Raw, I thought, and the way I count it in my head, is that Taz broke the streak, which I thought was perfect. Now, don't get me wrong, I wish Taz's career would have flourished better, but it was a good choice. Lesnar. See, here's my other thing about this whole Brock thing. I think this is publicity. I think you're built to hate Brock. So, like, even though I am really tired of Brock, I'm trying to fight it because I don't want to feel like I'm being sheepishly pulled along and just drinking the Kool-Aid and hating Brock because I'm told to, because they're tricking me into it. But once again, I haven't been a big fan of Brock ever since he came back. I really haven't liked anything they've done with him. And WrestleMania 30 did not help his case. Taz was so good in ECW. Now, see, if we got the ECW Taz after he came out in the Garden to beat Kurt Angle at the Royal Rumble, that would have been an amazing story. And this thing would have wrapped itself up. Think of the most random match: CM Punk versus Ian Almas. Your turn. John Cena, CM Punk, Monday Night Raw. I think of that a lot. Caitlyn in the Straight Edge Society. No, I meant Serena Deeb, whose real name I can't remember. I don't even know if that's her real name or just her new name, but yeah. Love the old sounds of bodies hitting the mat compared to nowadays. Yeah, well, wrestlers didn't like the old WWE mat, so you gotta understand that. Oh yeah, so if you weren't there for MESN's radio.com on Monday with me and Albert, the Slam Sessions podcast, I am reposting. It will be posted on WrestlingWithWrestling.com. I'm hoping to do it later on today, but since I've been backed up, and plus I'm working, not only on the sick, and of course it happens where I'm building up for the 2-year anniversary. My 2-year anniversary is going to be happening July 28th. The week leading up to that is going to be new videos all that week. It's going to be, you're getting a new kayfabe science just for that week. You're getting a new cheaper pop culture, new honest promo, all just for that week alone. You're getting a lot. Serena Deeb is her real name in the Straight Edge Society. She was called Serena. Yes. Okay, there you go. I think Zach Rowe. I think in my head the thing was I always called her Sinead O'Connor while she was in the Straight Edge Society. So that's probably why I have a hard time remembering her name because I never called her by her name. WCW's ring sounded much better than the WWS ring. Yeah, I know what you mean. Dave needs Alexa Bliss to make him feel better. Oh boy, do I. Nathan Norman, because WWE is stupid. That is typically a solid answer. Any thoughts on Tom and Kenny? I'm really surprised where this whole Bullet Club angle is going. This Bullet Club implosion. We talked about it on Monday, and I just didn't. I'm fascinated I'm hooked to see where it goes. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, 2 years. So the 2-year anniversary, now the 28th itself. So there's going to be a new honest promo. Like just for that week alone, you're going to get a brand new honest promo, cheaper pop culture, kayfabe science, the main show, yada yada. But it's going to lead up to on the 2-year anniversary, the 28th. Saturday. Right now, I have it that I want to have it debut on 8 p.m. But I'm gonna have a brand new show that I've never done on this channel, and I've been working on it for a really long time. And I got to be honest, that show has been torturing me. Working on it has been not easy. It's a very loaded. It's really complicated. Dave needs a bottle of tequila to feel better. I wouldn't mind that. I wish Undertaker didn't lose to Brock. I agree completely. Do you think Kenny was wrong for wrestling a blow-up doll? He was not the only one to do it, mind you. No, see, here's my thing. It's like, yeah, you're right. He's not the only person to do it. But B, it's also, young guys or guys in the business, forget young guys. Guys in the business, period, do crazy things just to try and get themselves booked. So blame the booker for coming up with it. Blame the people writing this stuff. Okay, am I going to blame the Shockmaster for wearing a sparkly Stormtrooper helmet and falling through? Well, I could blame him for a falling, but I mean, what idiot came up with that idea for him to do it in the first place? It's one thing if it's his idea, but if it's not his idea, why am I going to get mad at him for it? New episode Monday Night Raw for that week is the plan. Whether it actually happens or not is a different story. So far is the plan. I will say this much: a script exists for it. Whether or not it happens is a different story. Marvel thing from Fantastic Four wrestling career should have been done more well. That's true too. I want to give a giant pumpkin in my pay-per-views, but yeah, but I'll reserve my judgment about Halloween Havoc and coming back and all that. I want it to. I've been wanting it to. It's a great pay-per-view. But yeah, I'll reserve I'll reserve judgment until I wait till it becomes official. But yes, I'm getting very excited for it. And in case you guys didn't know, WWE did some shuffling around. TLC, which was originally scheduled to be in October this upcoming year in a couple of months, has been moved to December, leaving the complete open block in October. With the exception of their Australia Super Show. So either that is going to be the only pay-per-view in October, or there's going to be a new pay-per-view yet to be announced. And a lot of people are speculating it might be Halloween Havoc, especially because there are reports saying that WWE has finally secured the name, because despite the fact that they own WCW and their trademarks, it has been reported, as I said, What Culture's website has reported that a while back, that WWE actually didn't own the rights to Halloween Havoc, and they were trying to get it, and they've been trying to get it. So maybe they finally actually did. I love to see Sting break the Undertaker streak. You know, someone else, Joe White. He's been in the live chat. We know him, but Sergio, or I know him, Sergio, he was on the Super Happy Improv Troupe show. Sergio, he wanted that. His second favorite wrestler of all time is Sting, and he said the Undertaker streak should never end unless it's Sting, and then he doesn't care. Let's see what's going on. Speaking of Omega, what are your thoughts regarding the heat between him and Cornette? Now, like the Young Bucks and Cornette, I did an episode on it, and I got heat for it, but I feel that it is, that it could be a work. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'm pretty sure it's a work. Omega, on the other hand, I think it could be real. I lean more towards it's real. It still could be. But Cornette picks on him for certain things, like I said, I understand. I respect Cornette a lot. I'm a big Cornette fan, and I agree with like 90% of what he says. But like 10% of it, I don't agree with. That 10%, I disagree pretty hard. And when it came to Kenny Omega, a lot of things he has issues with and the goofy stuff he does, I understand that. But you know what? Kenny was trying to get booked, so he did what he was told. Whether that's right or wrong, that's up to you. But I blame the booker more than I blame the guy. How about War Games? I would love War Games as pay-per-view. NXT's biggest failure in recent memory to me is War Games, because I finally got it back, but they didn't do it right. It was good for what it was, but it's still not best. Best finisher in wrestling right now. I do like the One Wing Angel, I ain't gonna lie. What Halloween Havoc matches do you like? Well, I just happen to have an episode all done about that, so check that out. Plus, it had the Stranger Thing parody opening, which was one of those small things that tormented me that I did a lot of work on. Dave, can you please do an honest promo on WWE booking and comics? Okay. What? It's an interesting honest promo. Well, Sting and Undertaker are two of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Well, there you go. There's another guy who thinks so. Cornette is that such. See, I don't think so, because, I understand people saying that, and don't get me wrong, I know Kevin Owens has even said that. I think Kevin Owens I think Jim Cornette's tried and true, safe, standard booking style. I understand people say, well, it doesn't take risk, and I get it. I think it's reliable. And I think it's like the bear skeleton of anything. If you look at movies, if you know anything about screenwriting, or if you study script writing or anything like that, movies have had a very similar structure, the 3-act play or whatever. The bare bones skeletal work of it has been the same since forever, and no one's complaining that it's stale. Arthur Pryor, what I do now? Arthur Pryor, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Roman Reigns as a person. I don't like the way he's booked. But what I do blame Roman Reigns for, so this is the difference between him and Kenny Omega, is that Roman's got poor cardio. He can't go, and he has no arsenal. I can be mad at him for that. Because if he actually wrestled, then, he'd be a little more over. And then I would say people are giving him flack for no reason. Like, I defend Cena, and a lot of people, I know the internet hates Cena. But Cena has people say he can't wrestle and he doesn't have moves. He added moves, all right? Like the STF, yes, he does it incorrectly, but it started as the STFU. It wasn't supposed to be the same move, which I still view it as. His Cena Kinrana was garbage when he first did it, but he improved on it. But the point is he adds, and he has technical wrestling marvels with guys like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro. Could you say those guys are pulling the weight for him? Sure, but I seen Roman Reigns going against some of those guys and did not get the quality of matches that Cena got out. So that would be my major difference. I heard you hate the persona. Okay, gotcha. Do you think who do you think is the best and the worst female wrestler on the main roster, and why? Best is hard because part of me wants to say Asuka. You can respect someone and not agree with everything they say. Absolutely, Jesus. I agree with that. I think that's great, and I think, it's kind of it's along the lines of something that the late great Tony Bourdain said, is that you don't have to, there is a this is just referencing something he said. It's not a quote or anything, but there's a skill, there's a value in being able to like someone that you don't agree with, and that is definitely true. Something that the internet definitely needs to learn. Best female wrestler, I partially want to say Asuka. Not for nothing, I really like Bayley. I don't think she. I like Becky Lynch a lot. It's really hard to narrow it down to best. Worst is probably easier because I'm just going to worst on the main roster. I hate to pick on her, I really do, but it's got to be Lana. Dave, McKay, would you sign? I don't even know what that is, Mark Strike. Cena didn't need Tad moves, and he had moves when he first came from. Yeah, exactly, D-Bone. You understand that. He goes out of pocket. He doesn't do the minimum. It's why I like Shane McMahon. You're the boss's son. Do you need to jump off of 50-foot structures and do all the goofy stuff he does? No, he just does it anyway. So good for you, man. Props. And no, I'm not saying that Cena's ever gone to the distances that Shane's craziness has gone, but still, you get my point. Becky, I could be sold either way. Bayley, I know is not the right answer. I just think Bayley's getting a raw deal, so I feel like naming her a lot. Becky Lynch over Asuka, I'll take it. I'm not really fighting too hard for that one. Oh man, you guys are going to get me to jump back and forth. Kane I don't think the election's up yet. I think he's in the finals for it. Finals, the primaries. As a reporter, probably should know. Oh, the worst is Alicia Fox, and the best is Charlotte. Charlotte's a little too botchy for me. That's my problem. She's gotten a lot better, but she botches. Don't get me wrong. If she was less botchy, I would say Charlotte for sure. I think she's botchy because she takes more risks than the other women, which I like, and I can respect that in itself. Alicia Fox, I get it. The only reason I don't say her is because the last time we saw her, when she was, even though it was kind of annoying in that excuse me, Vicky Guerrero kind of way, Alicia Fox was at least putting on a character and and she was effectively there. Lana is the best clap, Lana number one. I don't want to pick on her. I'm just saying, I feel bad about that. It's gonna be Maria Kanellis if she starts wrestling again. That will be the answer. Dave, do you know Ember? Ember Moon's another one. Has an undefeated streak that Asuka doesn't have. Interesting. Do tell, Mark Strike. Should Lana and Rusev use Rusev finisher? Sure, why not? But you're using it on Alexa Bliss? Yeah, why not? Anything to help, Lana get over. Anything they can do. Am I the only one who's tired of the authority figure storyline? No, I hate the authority figure storyline. My first video 2 years ago, that was one of the biggest points I brought up, that I hate authority figures in wrestling. Hate the evil authority figures. William Regal, totally cool. Jack Tunney, totally cool. Dave, do you have the network? Yep. If so, what are your least favorite shows? Truth be told, I don't really like any of the... If it's not wrestling related, I don't like any of them. I've seen Ride Along. I saw Legends House. Chucky, who's been in this chat several times, has made me watch some of these things. But I don't like any of the non-wrestling. I didn't even watch Holy Foley, and I am a huge Noelle Foley fan. Believe me, I was tempted to watch that because I really... you guys can figure this out. Do you think Asuka is being booked wrong? Absolutely. Her feud with Carmella was a dead end. There's no way she can get out of this. But I don't like any of the non-wrestling related shows. In terms of the best show, it's easily NXT. If wrestling shows count, and I can't count, and if I'm not counting old stuff, because that's what I primarily use, other than pay-per-views, I primarily watch it, just use it to watch old things. But I really like NXT. NXT is easily the best thing on there. People seem to forget Mickie James. Yeah, but I think she's overstayed her welcome. I think they only brought her in to be that veteran to help usher in the new talent, and I think she served that purpose. Most overrated wrestler on the main roster, Roman Reigns. No doubt about it. Possibly Brock. Gail Kim versus Asuka, who would win? I I really like Gail Kim a lot. I think I might give it to Gail. Dave, you're missing everything I said. I'm sorry, Raw Reflex. The chat's moving so fast. Asuka is the best in the WWE, but Gail Kim is the best overall. Fine. I don't know if she still is, but fine. I really can't argue that. You know, Gail, if you want to tell me if you want to say who's the best all-time female wrestler, yeah, Gail Kim is a strong answer. Did you hear David Arquette as wrestler? I heard. I don't care. I hate David Arquette with a passion. Makes me really question how much I liked Courtney Cox in the 90s. I got you. Dave loves watching the Kardashians. I have watched one thing with a Kardashian in it. I believe it was Kim. And that's all I'm going to say. I heard that. Sasha's overrated. She's not getting pushed now, so I don't know if you could still say that. I mean, I get the argument, because despite the video I made, I think Sasha needs to be booked better. Here's the thing. Even if I don't think you have a great arsenal, or you're a fantastic wrestler, I still think if you're booked, you should be booked properly. I think there are ways I think you should try to get as many people over as possible. And that doesn't mean necessarily getting them a belt, but using them well. He's Wid? Roman is definitely... Oh, I mean, I don't know what Wid means, but the fans don't overrate Roman, no. But by management, absolutely. But by management or how much attention he gets, yes. If we're talking about overrated by the fans, like who do the fans just love for, and he's not as good. Even though I defended him earlier, I know I'm going to get crap for this, but I think Kenny Omega is slightly overrated. I like Kenny Omega. I don't dislike him. I like him, but he is not the best wrestler in the world right now, like some people claim. That is ridiculous. David Hadley, I will not confirm nor deny that. Samoa Joe versus Taz, who should win? I would put Taz for sure. Gilbert. She's not. Well, Kim Kardashian. I'll just put it this way. I may have seen one thing with Kim Kardashian in it, but she's not really my type. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know who she was, but the thumbnail looked intriguing, so I checked it out, and then I'm like, oh. And then I found out it was a kid from Sinbad, and I was like, oh, I cannot watch this. Ruin me. Noelle Foley is freaking gorgeous. Yeah, I'm a big Noelle Foley fan. However, I liked her pre-surgery, because I'm pretty sure she had surgery. You know what I mean. Still trying to keep this PG. This stream. No, Dave. Like to watch the Cromarties after SmackDown. Well, there's one episode of the Cromarties that I'm very familiar with, and yet to this day, nobody has brought it up. So I am very surprised that I have escaped that. So I am very, very surprised. See, Nathan Norman, I cop to it if she was more my type, but she's not. Like, that's the thing. She's not. From far away from the thumbnail, I was like, okay, but then I got closer. I'm like, all right, I'll check this out, and then I was like, oh, she's not my type, and then I kind of moved on. Now, Jack Swagger's wife, on the other hand, I cannot believe I'm talking about this on here, but Jack Swagger's wife, on the other hand, yep, I've seen that multiple times. Joe Taz, Joe would eat him. I understand Joe's got the size advantage, but I'm a huge Taz fan. Like CCW, I'll be honest, not really, but CCW has done things I have liked. So don't get me wrong. There are aspects of CCW I really like, but CCW is definitely going too far for me. Do you watch the Chrisley's? No, not at all. Not at all. Chrisley's, I don't know why that's a show. She's horrible in the ring. I thought of Carmella. I really did think of Carmella. Worst female wrestler ever. Eva Marie. She's still hot. The worst wrestler ever, James Ellsworth. No way. That's too mean. It's got to be David Arquette. Dave, describe your dream woman. Blonde, big blue eyes, small mouth with a pouty lips. Let me see. You can't see the girl in my head. But yeah. I'm not going to keep going on, but you get the idea. And certain... Yeah, but yeah, well, anyway, yeah. Trying to think of the prettiest girl I've ever seen, and unfortunately, I don't know. Roman would be a lower mid-card if that was in the wars. Yeah, Kazuchika. That's one of the... Okay, yeah, see, and I'm okay with saying Okada is, and when people say Kenny Omega is better than Kazuchika Okada, that makes me Like, I don't get it. That's because I really liked Omega, and now then people started saying he was better than Kenny Omega. I was like, I mean, he was better than Okada. That is just crazy talk. Dave thinking of Save Ocean. No. See, I don't like surgically enhanced people. I like natural women. Sunny's pretty. Sunny came along at the right time for me. Like when I was, just kind of hitting that. I was like 12, and then all of a sudden I was like, I never felt this way watching wrestling before. But so I like Sunny, but retrospectively, her face is she's still pretty, but her face wasn't my favorite. Very pretty. So you're dreaming. Charlotte. No, my other thing about Charlotte is a little I need a little more stream, a little more. Definitely not Charlotte. Like Alexa Bliss, I think has like the perfect face. Like Alexa Bliss's face is almost as perfect as you get. I do want a taller girl, but don't get me wrong. Alexa Bliss is as close as it seems we're getting in wrestling. Yeah, Alison Bree's, yeah. See, there you go. You get it. But Alison Bree's not blonde. But Alison Brie is, except for the blonde thing, but Alison Brie is really, really close to being everything I could ever dream of. Dave, what about Nikki Bella? She's pretty. Don't get me wrong. The most intriguing part of her to me is the fact that there's two of her. Would it be worth it to attend a Mets or Yankees game for WrestleMania? If you're into baseball, I say see the Mets, National League, the way baseball is meant to be played, but that's just me. But it might be hard. When I was a kid, like I remember there was one promo where she was in a bathtub, and I just my brain exploded when I saw it. David Arquette, worst, bro. We forget someone profits from bro. Fine, it's got to be a tie. Is it wrong that I think Piper Niven is? There's nothing wrong with it. I gotta admit, there's some shots where she looks pretty. She's got a pretty face. Dana Brooks extremely alluring. Who would win the match? James Ellsworth or Delaney is better. Yeah, Delaney is better. I have Evolved and NKW. I know it all. Flacco. How you doing, Dave? Hey, how you doing? No, Becky's a great. Becky has a gorgeous face too. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Becky Lynch is also really, really pretty. Do you like wrestler movie? The wrestler movie? Yeah. I think it's great. Dave Casey signs Naomi's body, Mandy Rose's face. Mandy Rose has got a really pretty face. I like Liv Morgan too. I tend to like. Okay, here's a little. I don't know the background of any of these girls that we've just mentioned today, but I do have a thing for Eastern European women. I will say that if I find a girl really, really beautiful, like that I see. I'm never surprised if I find out they're Eastern European or have Eastern European in their background somewhere. That's usually what happens. Nikki Bella's my dream girl. Nice. Not a bad pick. As I said, I can never get past the fact that I'm like, wow, there's two of them. Like that was the biggest mind blow is there's two of them. Yeah, thank you, Jesus. Paige is nice. I used to think so, but I gotta admit I was disappointed by something I saw with her in it where something didn't live up to my. Stacy Keibler was pretty high up there too. Tori Wilson was, pretty strong too, but except for the fakeness. Dream Girl has me. All right, Joe did not see that coming, but all right, rock on. Carmelo looks, or I don't know what that means. Why are none of you talking about Asuka? Body, Asuka's she's pretty, but she's definitely not my kind. For kayfabe signs, you should do the Superman punch. It will be fun, fun and torturous. It's like in shape here. Kira Hogan. I don't even know who Kira Hogan is. Brie greater than Nikki. Agreed. Just because of the whole thing. Dave Asian showing through like in the. Trying to marry often. Yeah, IR Monkey, you know. My favorite movie is Fight Club. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, IR, you know. Yeah. Guilty. So Paige versus. It's not that, Mark Strike. It's not what she was doing. It was. Something did not look something looked more promising than until I actually saw it, and then I realized that is not what it really looks like, and then I was like, okay. All right, rock on, David Headley. First Intercontinental Champion, invented Royal Rumble. Pretty strong. Dream Woman right now, Renee Young. Oh, Renee Young's a cutie. Lita, the Edge thing. The Edge thing ruined Lita for me. Used to like a lot. AJ a lot. Oh, yeah, AJ. I used to work with her second cousin, Lacey Evans. Okay. Jordan's super hot. Do you think Ellsworth and Carmella are dating? No. He wishes. Tell that stupid idiot Albert Nikki Bella isn't back together with Cena. I also like Paige too, and not seen her. Yeah. Kiera Hogan is on Impact. She was world champ on Shine. Oh, okay. Choose. I'm a T guy, Josh. What? Were you on about the page here? No Lita. JoJo is super hot. I guess you can say she's doing up, up, down, down. When Dina be. That's for what? So much that I married one mom. Oh, wow, really, IR Monkey? What's your secret? Let me know how that's possible. I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch is from Ireland. If not, she convinced me thoroughly that she is. Sasha Banks fused with Trish. That's an interesting merger. Our guilty teen crushes. What's there to be guilty about? Go for it. Own it. Gotta say my Mickey James. Okay. I was. Okay, awesome. Okay, enough about this. I'm sure this is going into territory. If there were any women here, I think we've alienated them. So let's kind of move on. Oh, Dakota Kai, I gotta admit to it. Dakota Kai's a little cutie. All right, so in case we're alienating anybody right now, let's try to go on to the predictions right now before I lose any females that were in this audience. So Extreme Rules predictions, the pay-per-view I don't even care about. I didn't care about the last one, and I was there. So let's just get this going with. All right, so let's start off with The New Day versus Sanity. EY, Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane going against Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. New Day's winning it. I think that's just the way it's going to go. They haven't done anything with Sanity. If Sanity wins this after losing so much, it looks really bad that you've just destroyed both factions now. So, unfortunately, Sanity's got to take the loss. I think it might happen with some shenanigans, though, or especially if Sanity does pull off the win, just to keep this feud going, because I feel it will. But I think New Day will win this one. I think Sanity will win the next one, and then New Day will win the one after that. But hopefully it doesn't go on that long. Hopefully this is a one-and-done deal. Next, Braun. And by the way, since we're doing Extreme Rules predictions, let me know. Yes, I agree. It'll probably be another stinker. Sanity wins. Sanity needs it. I hear you on that. But they've done so little to promote them. I almost feel it's going to be like the Revival. Like when the Revival was on the main roster and they were getting buried, and then they had a match. You're like, oh, they're going to win this one because they need it. And then you're like, oh, wait. No, they're just getting buried. I kind of feel that's what they're going to do with Sanity. It's the NXT curse. Let's remember, it's the NXT curse. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the predictions. So by all means, let me know down in the chat who you guys think. Shout them out when I get there. Dave, which female wrestler? They ruined Bayley. Bayley could have been so great, and she was so great in NXT. Yeah. I see a DQ in the match. I'll take it. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. All right, next up, number 10, Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. And sadly, this is probably in the steel cage. This might be the match I'm looking forward to the most, that I care about the most. It's close. It's between this and one other match. But Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens in the cage. I think this will be fun. Their angle 2 weeks ago was pretty cool. So I really like that. And, thank you for the thumbs up. We're up to 11, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so Kevin Owens, their angle on the other day was pretty good. And a lot of you guys are saying Braun, which is cool. And don't get me wrong, I kind of think I know a lot of you guys are saying Braun, and I kind of feel you on this one. And I wouldn't even there you go. Some people are shifting over. Okay, yeah, see, here's the thing. Braun, I understand logically why it's the choice that many should pick, and Owens is being misused. But I think with the fact that Braun has been completely dominating him, and he has the briefcase. WWE has typically utilized guys with the briefcase as saying we don't need to push them because they have the briefcase. They're insta over as soon as we let them cash it in and win. But the other thing is, Owens has been getting the Raw deal. He's been getting beat by Braun over and over and over again. And this is a good way for Owens to somehow magically sneak a win out of this one. Somehow cheat the system and sneak away with a win, especially with a cage where all you got to do is get out. Finding some cheap tactic to get out, some dirty, cheap way, and just sneak away with it. And then, I'll get you next time. So Braun won't lose any face. He still has the briefcase, and on top of that, they could go on with the feud if they want. And sneaky, dirty heel Owens would be great. So I kind of think Owens going out there. Oh, and by the way, when we're talking about Taz versus Joe, Kevin Owens and Joe is something I think is a better lineup. I know that wasn't a competition. I was just saying. But so Kevin Owens wins with a sissified way out of the cage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I actually think it's KO, even though Braun is the one who makes a lot of sense initially. Next up, Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Oh, I hate Baron Corbin so much. I'm going to give it to Finn. I'm hoping Finn should win. Finn needs to win. He should always win. I am a little worried because I think they might be trying to get the stupid Constable Corbin gimmick over, so they might use Finn Balor for it, just like how Finn Balor took the pin against Kane, earlier in the year. Is Braun versus KO the main event? No, it's not even close, but it's probably the match I'm the most looking forward to it. Oh, man, you guys are hurting me on this one. I'm hoping Finn Balor wins one and done, and that's what should happen. But Baron Corbin, because Finn just become... I know, stop! Oh, you're hurting my feelings, Flock. I just realized, Flacco, did you change your name? Finn needs a win, absolutely. I could not agree more. He needs to win. He should win. And it's Cayenne. And Cayenne Flacco. Flacco go crazy? Anyway, but it's... I don't know what... Yeah, Corbin's just... hey, you're not me, Baron Corbin. Yeah. Exactly. So, Baron Corbin, unfortunately, there's always that chance that they don't... what if they use it to bring out the Demon? I hope they don't bring out the Demon for Corbin, because he doesn't need it. And this match is so underutilized. I changed to Know-It-All Nation. Oh, Flacco. Oh, dude, thank you so much. Now I get it. I didn't understand your comment earlier. Know-It-All Nation Flacco. Thank you for the support. That is awesome. Thumbs up to you for that. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for all the thumbs up you guys are giving. Man, that is some great support. Thank you so much, Flacco. Okay, I get it now. Now I understand. Now everything makes sense. Okay, Finn needs more than a win. Well, that's true. Yeah, I hate Baron Corbin so much. Okay, Triple RP. Good for you, man. No beef. You're allowed to, is what I should say. Kevin Owens could be a little higher on the levels right now. Maybe felt that Kevin Owens could get whenever WWE wants. He's bigger than Finn. That's a win for Corbin. WWE logic. Oh, no. Well, I'm going to say Finn. I'm going to go with my heart instead of my head, and I'm going to say Finn anyway, just because I want to will it into existence. Next match on the card that I'm going to talk about. United States Championship match, Jeff Hardy, the champion, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Speaking of guys who needs wins, now this one is a little more open and shut to me because rumor has it Nakamura was slated to win the WWE title for a brief period of time before dropping it back to AJ, but they wanted to keep it on AJ because they knew he was going to be the cover star for the video game, and they wanted to keep that going. Also, on top of that, the other rumors are that Jeff Hardy is really banged up. So, despite the fact that Nakamura got bit by a dog, we need to get that belt off of Jeff Hardy if the rumors are true that he is as hurt as some people are reporting that they are. So, with that being said, we need to make sure Flacco, that is an option. They could have done something a little more with that, but who knows? Maybe if he lost it, maybe if he lost in a match, they would have been too worried about him. But yeah, but Nakamura winning, I think he needs it because he just has been pwned up there with the world title over and over again, no matter if it was Jinder or AJ. And Jeff Hardy, they need to take it off because allegedly he's very injured. Foreign heel with the U.S. title writes itself. Yes, sadly it does. Needs a championship right now. He desperately needs a win. I would have loved if Nakamura got the Intercontinental title. I think he belongs with that more than the U.S. belt. Um, the weird thing is, like, remember when Tajiri had the U.S. title belt? I feel like it's an odd thing, but it's an odd thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's more Japanese wrestlers who get the U.S. belt than the Intercontinental title, and I think that's odd. And don't say Ricky the Dragon Steamboat because he's not Japanese. Well, he's Hawaiian as far as I'm concerned. Wait, hold on. Actually, I don't realize that is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I just believe he's Hawaiian, but is he Japanese? That's a good question. Is he Japanese in descent? Let me find out. I know. Well, he's American, but I mean in background. I don't know. And you know what? It doesn't matter. The invasion sucked. But yeah, anyway, my point of the matter is, have you noticed that? And it's not for racial reasons. My thing is the Intercontinental title represents a specific style of wrestling, and the United States title from WCW represents a different style of wrestling. And I feel that there are people who are made for one more than the other. So, like, when I see a very, like, agile, technical guy and takes the sky a little bit, he's not a U.S. champion to me. Like, that's just weird. You're supposed to be an Intercontinental guy. Like, Benoit's an Intercontinental guy. And so, like, I think certain wrestlers fit that mold more. And the U.S. belt is like your bigger guys, but aren't bigger enough to be main event guys, or at least not yet. I think that, that's the kind of where they sit at it. So I think it's very weird. Native American. Okay, there you go. I think he's from Hawaii. I thought it was from Hawaii, but whatever. You get my point. It's always great to reclaim the United States from... You think it is, but, John Cena Rusev says otherwise. The announcer said Okada versus Omega's in it. Ugh. It's from West Point, New York. Well, okay, fine. He's American, but I meant, like, ancestrally. What is he? I think he was Hawaiian ancestrally is what I meant. But, yeah, Nakamura needs to win. WWE inside joke. Most foreign wrestlers put the... I think it might be. I think it might be something they do on purpose. But, see, I wouldn't mind if they made a thing about it. Because I remember there was a while ago when Rusev first had the U.S. belt, there was rumors that he was going to turn it into the European title again. Which I thought would have been great. Like when Lance Storm turned all the belts into Canadian belts. It was awesome. I've known Ricky to be Hawaiian, not Asian, to my knowledge, ever. I count that I count that. I count it. So I count Pacific Islander. But that's just me, maybe. Anyway, let's move on. Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. Don't care. I don't care whatsoever. I don't care. I don't even remotely care. I'm not even going to make the prediction because I don't care. Roman Reigns, why not? Okay, fine, I'll make the prediction, Roman Reigns, just because I don't care. I'll throw it out. Next, Dolph Ziggler, the champion for the Intercontinental Championship, going against Seth Rollins in an Iron Man match. First of all, I don't like that this is Extreme Rules and not every match on the pay-per-view has any kind of stipulation. But anyway, and the Iron Man match is not an extreme. But I really think Dolph Ziggler's going to keep it. I do go with the rumors that they want to keep him happy. Speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, we're talking about this match, that they want to keep him happy. I think they've had enough of giving him a run around. And plus, also, the rumors continue with hey, Warhog Rambo. I don't care who wins. But also that Seth Rollins might be moving back up to the main event scene, which is good. But a lot of Hawaiians have Asian and Pacific lineage. Yeah, see, Raw Reflex, you get my point, But let's not split hairs, because, we're beyond... We're beyond just that. Did you notice, us as a whole, I mean, humans in the chat, all of us, together. Did you notice WWE been crappy since Nikki Bella left? That is an interesting point. It's an interesting coincidence, Harry. Lost to Cena. It's like I just don't care about Bobby Lashley or Roman Reigns. Dolph, just barely though. Yeah, I wouldn't. We have a lot of Iron Man matches, and the score's usually close. We haven't. I would love it if there was like double-digit scores. Give that a chance. From work, his Japanese mother, hence his Asian feature. Ah, okay. Well, there you go. I thought. Okay, yeah. So he does have a Japanese feature in the background. All right. So it turns out he has Japanese. Okay. Dolph has to lose it to Drew. Oh, that's interesting. I know a lot of people are expecting that feud to happen, like the Shawn Michaels Diesel thing. It can, and I'm not saying it won't. I just don't think I need it to. I want Lashley to win because I hate Reigns. Fair enough. I want Dolph to win because I can see him going for... and it seems to be what everyone's going for. Dolph should also win, yeah? Okay. I'll buy that, Flacco. All right. Next up, SmackDown Championships: the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan, the champions, versus Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane. I don't think Daniel Bryan and Kane are winning this one. I think this is just a one and done deal. Some people are also, especially since Kane is going to be, has his mayoral race, and a lot of people are predicting they're going to break up and we're going to see Daniel Bryan versus Kane again. First of all, I don't need that. I don't care about Team Hell No and a lot of other things. I would like it if this was just a one and done deal. It's fine that it's happening, and some people are even pointing out that this seems like Daniel Bryan's farewell tour. They're just going to do everything, which means he's probably got a match with Sheamus coming up where he gets to beat Sheamus in a couple of seconds to redeem himself. But yeah, so all this, I don't really care, but I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to be that destructive tag team, and this is just one of their stepping stones to go through. Yeah, what do you guys think? Brothers all the way, yep. Bludgeon Brothers, yep. Oh no, brother. Hell no, brothers again. Miz cost Team Hell No the belts. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Because allegedly, Miz is apparently not going to be on the show because he's actually busy with another event. So I don't think Miz will be there unless that's a real big work. Where's Big Cass? No, his farewell tour came first. Okay, so that's what I think. Next up, WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella versus the champion versus Asuka. James Ellsworth will be suspended in the shark cage because we need to sell more toys. Carmella's keeping it. If Asuka wins it, I'll be very surprised. We were just talking about how she's not being booked properly, or a lot of people saying that, and I do agree with that. I think Carmella's holding on to it. For what and for who, I don't know, but I do think she's seeing it. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those swerve WWE things where surprisingly and out of nowhere, Asuka wins it and you're like, oh, you're with no preamble or setup for it, you're good again, Asuka. So maybe, but no, I think they're going to keep it on Carmella. I think they're going to have that because yes, as TJ Fritz is pointing out, thank you for the thumbs up, by the way, everyone. We're up to 17. Gonna face Becky at SummerSlam. I kind of think. Although an Asuka Becky match would be more pleasing, I would say. But yeah, that's also an option. WWE jumping more with Asuka, absolutely. Asuka wins like kind of. Sadly, that could be happening. I was thinking about this the other day. How come we don't need the bad guy authority figure screwing the hero anymore? What happened to the old cheap bad guy tactic of leaving with the belt or getting TQ'd on purpose? How come people don't do that anymore? I mean, yeah, I got tired of it, but again, try it a little more. Oh, man, I would love Nikki Cross to come up. Big Nikki Cross fan. But yeah, so I think Carmella just because of WWE stupidity. Next up, for the Raw Tag Team Championships, finally going back to the pay-per-view because you kind of forgot about them. But Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, the leaders of worlds, the champions versus the B team, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Well, the B team is getting a little bit of acknowledgement, and I think it's cool, and they're surprisingly over with the fans, as Curtis Axel has shown somehow he's more over by himself than he ever was with Damian Sandow or Bo Dallas than he ever was with Paul Heyman. How is that possible? I don't know. But I think, yet again, another stepping stone. I don't think the B team is winning. I think the leaders of worlds are keeping onto it. And I think they will eventually drop the titles to a tag team with a little more prestige. I'm trying to wrap this up quick because my symptoms are coming on a little stronger. My cold is coming back, and I need to get rid of it. And I'm almost out of water. All right, next up. This is possibly the match I'm looking forward to. No, never mind. Next match I'm going to talk about is Alexa Bliss, the champion, versus Nia Jax. Extreme Rules for the Raw Women's Championship. Don't care, but I'm pretty sure Alexa Bliss didn't win it just so Nia Jax can get it right back. This is not a back and forth feud. I think they realized the Nia experiment was a failure. I blame them. You can blame whoever you want. But either way, I'm pretty sure Nia Jax is not winning this, so it's my baby girl, Alexa Bliss, all the way. Who has one of the most perfect faces ever. Her and Alison Brie, if we could somehow combine, there's no flaws with either of those faces. But, Alexa Bliss. Okay, so Alexa Bliss, I think, is keeping the title. And Matt and Bray win. I see in SummerSlam lose to the APA. APA? And Ronda Rousey will be ringside. Ronda costing Nia because she wants Bliss. Either way, yeah, who cares about that match? It's a good point, but yeah, I would say Alexa Bliss. SJW. Bliss wins. I don't know what SJW means, but okay. And the number one match, the match that I might be my most anticipated match for the card, even though between Braun and Kevin Owens, is the WWE Championship match. AJ Styles, the champion, versus Rusev. Surprisingly, I still think it's Kevin Owens and Braun, but this is really close. I really want to see this match too. I don't think Rusev has any chance, but part of me wouldn't mind it if Rusev took the belt down. I kind of would have liked it. So yeah, I will say AJ Styles is going to win. I like that. I like that idea. Rusev wins. Wow, you got. Yeah, well, it'd be nice. I really do. Oh, you meant Authors of Pain. Okay, that's not bad. If they ever show up again. AJ, yeah, I think AJ's getting a longer reign, which I think is cool. And AJ is an over champion, and he's around, unlike Brock, so I think that's good. Not to say Rusev isn't over, but Rusev's living in this weird tweener world where he's not really a heel and he's not really a face. I think he should turn a face, but, I understand why they don't. Boy. It's better than Backlash, man. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get any match that was as Backlash, while everyone doesn't like it, and I was there live, and I know that sways my vote a little bit, I will say the Seth Rollins Miz match was really, really good. So I think that's there. So I'm not sure if any match is going to steal the show quite like that. The Iron Man match, I know I should be more amped for that, but it's not, just because Iron Man matches are hard to pull off. And while I like those two and I like everything Seth Rollins has been doing lately, I'm not sure if, and there's a reason going down to a half hour instead of the hour-long match. I just don't know how much they can work with it. Because an Iron Man match, and you guys know, to do it right, it has to be the right two guys, and they have to have a lot of chemistry and understanding to each other. Dolph and Seth, I don't think they have as much experience as you need. And don't get me wrong, I could be completely incorrect about this. They might pull on an amazing 30-minute match. I could stand corrected. But 30-minute match is not even as long as like New Japan's main event for Wrestle Kingdom. So is that possible? Sure. But an Iron Man match to do it well requires a lot. I don't think it will, because it's an Iron Man. There's a time limit. I mean, maybe, but who knows? To me, a real Iron Man match has got to be an hour. But either way, even when it's not the full hour, you're telling a story with the gimmick. So, there is something built into that. And that, I'm not sure. Needs to go back. Seth Rollins needs to go back to Ring of Honor, WWE Killing Floor. No, I just think, he had a really good title run when he won the belt at WrestleMania 31. So they're respectively, understandably holding him at bay for a little while before he comes back up. If he never gets back up there, then yes, they've completely ruined it. But I view him like the Macho Man. Savage got the belt. He won the tournament at WrestleMania, held it for a year, lost it at WrestleMania 5, but he got it back at WrestleMania 8, which was cool. They just gave him a couple of years to breathe it out, but Macho Man was still the Macho Man. He was still Randy Savage. It's a good way to, push and pull. And that's the ebb and flow. That's how you balance out the roster. So Seth Rollins, I think, he might be being utilized in a Macho Man kind of way. Best Iron Man match, Kevin Omega versus... Okay. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? Maybe. Dave, do you think Reigns and Lashley is going to play out? I don't care. I don't care even a little bit. Do you think it'll be a good match? Not even a little. What happened to Jinder? Who cares? The dumpster, hopefully. Have you ever seen the ending in a tie and Ziggler refusing to go overtime? No, I don't think they'll pull that. I mean, they could, but I think this is supposed, because the reason David Headley, the reason I don't see that is because I think this is the blow off to the feud, and that's the way an Iron Man match is supposed to be, like an ambulance match. This is when we're done with the feud. You don't get more match after this. No more match with these two, at least not for a while. Rock's new movie? No, I don't plan on seeing Skyscraper. I saw Rampage, and I liked Rampage, so, I thought that was all right. But I know it's not like a great movie. I just liked Rampage. I thought it was cool. And yes, I like the blonde girl in the beginning of the movie. But the thing is, I think this is just going to be, because I think moving on from this, I think Seth Rollins is going back to the main event. So because of that, I don't think we're going to see any more match, and that's how you end it. And that's the other thing. The hype for an Iron Man match, it's got to be two guys that hate each other. So I don't think they've really gone that way. Dave, what do you think about WWE's Raw hitting lower TV viewership? Well, they did it to himself. I'm not surprised. It should have happened sooner. Dave, did you give comments on G1 conference? No. Like I have been exhausted by it, but no, G1's really good. We've talked about it a little bit, but Dave, except a call from Albert, he's very disappointed with you regarding Roman. Yeah, no, he definitely has. More like Skycrapper. Rollins is feuding with McIntyre after. I don't think they're going with that. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. Bobby Lashley should be near the universe. G1 is always, it's putting out, most of their best matches of the year. And as far as I'm concerned, G1 is living up to it. And that is absolutely correct, Charles Carter. Absolutely. Most overrated wrestler of all time. Dave, do you think Lesnar should drop the belt to who? Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, don't care. Anybody. Well, no, not anybody. But Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, I'd be happy with either of them. Braun Strowman, absolutely, I would be happy with him. But I'll pick Braun. It's long overdue, whoever to go. Who's worse, Roman or Shawn? Shawn Michaels is worse than Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has yet to completely kill the WWE and put them to number 2, where another company is making more money and has better ratings than them. That has yet to happen. When that happens, then maybe we can start talking. And plus, nobody in their right mind says Roman Reigns is the best of all time. That's the other thing. There are people who say that about Shawn Michaels. They're completely wrong. I don't get why they do, but there are people who say that. The people who drink the WWE Kool-Aid who believe that. They'll tell you. I hate Jay Envoy. But yeah, Roman, that's the biggest thing I cannot stress enough, that everyone seems to point to lapse. Shawn Michaels wins the title at the Iron Man match, and all of a sudden, ratings drop. WWE becomes during his title reign becomes becomes number 2 for an extended period of time. Never happened before. Never happened where they continually were the second tier company and almost go to a point of bankruptcy. WrestleMania 14, he loses the belt to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then WWE climbs back on top. Why doesn't anyone talk about that? Tell Albert that he thinks Roman. All right, Dave, I will jump to the screen if you continue to talk about. He lost his smile. Oh, I thought you were kidding. I thought you were being sarcastic. I can't tell if you really like him or not. But either way, if you do like him, I'm sorry, and I hope better for you. But yeah, anyway, that's the show for today. My throat's going. Lost his smile. Reigns lost his title. Dave, calm down. I thought clam down. All right, Dave, don't get Dave started. Yeah, everyone knows that. I still think that sounds sarcastic. The problem with the internet is everything sounds sarcastic or mean when you read it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being part of the show. Enjoy Extreme Rules. I hope we can. And yeah, don't forget, WrestlingWithWrestling.com. You can check out replays, old episodes of the Slam Sessions on MESNRadio.com. If you're not there live and you want to catch old episodes or this week's episode, check out WrestlingWithWrestling.com. I will be there. Also, by the way, tomorrow I will be, if anybody is in the New Jersey, Hoboken area, I will be at Capitol Wrestling. Interviewer, that's where I work as an interviewer. I will be that. I should have mentioned this earlier, but I will be at the Capitol Wrestling Show in Hoboken, New Jersey tomorrow. So I will be there. It's right over the river from New York. So if you're in the area and you want to check out wrestling, Capitol Wrestling, it's a great show. I will be there. Feel free to say hi. Check out the show. It'll be great. On top of that, also, the countdown to the 2-year anniversary on Dave Knows Wrestling is going to be starting on July 22nd. So thank you so much. WrestlingWithWrestling.com, Capitol Wrestling. Go there if you are in the Hoboken area tomorrow. I will be there. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Thank you for everything, all the support, you guys. Seriously, thank you. As this channel, definitely need. Thank you for everything. And as always, Dave Knows.